Good evening, everyone. This is Karl F Rose recording live from Bedford, Pennsylvania on Saturday, September 25th, something like that, 2022. Anyway, I've been kind of average so far with my predictions. Let's just get right into it. Kind of running behind schedule today and just crazy madness all over the place. So don't even want to get into that. Anyway, well, so far in week 3, I was correct. Pittsburgh looked terrible. Pittsburgh lost to Cleveland. I had Cleveland winning that in an upset. I actually think Cleveland is better than they are, but I don't think that they're that good. I think they're good enough. Well, considering the way the Steelers are playing and the Bengals being 0-2, and Baltimore looks like it has holes. If Cleveland can get their act together, they might be in a running in this division. It looks like it could be a battle, but it'll depends. I actually trust Coach Tomlin to kind of shake things up and kind of kick some butt there in the Steeler locker room. I think they'll turn it around. They might be in a little bit of a funk here, but I think as the season progresses, you're going to see the Steelers. Move right along, but don't count Cleveland out yet. They're not the doormats. But anyway, let's get on to the next one. Buffalo at Miami. I have Buffalo winning, but I also think Miami, we'll really see how good Miami is. They are playing kind of lights out, considering themselves. Let's just see if they can hang in there with Buffalo, even if it's close. Miami is a team to really be worried about, but I believe Buffalo will probably win by about 7 points. It might not even. I don't think this is going to be a shootout. Buffalo for Buffalo's sake. They don't want a shootout. I don't think Buffalo will be. I think Tua can pull out another miracle if they get into a shutout. And I think Buffalo's defense is good enough to shut down Tua. So I see a low-scoring game. Buffalo winning by a touchdown. I'm not going to give any predictions on scores, but Buffalo wins by 7, maybe 10, but. Could even be only win by 3, so it's gonna be a dogfight, and not many points, just a brutally hard game. Next one, Baltimore and New England at New England. Well, the Ravens. I have the Ravens winning this one, and seriously, they need to win this one. And not only do they need to win, but they need to win pretty big. They can't let up. And even though it's in New England, I think the Ravens are going to come out on top. I'm sure they're not in a very good mood. They'll bounce back because of the way they lost last week. Then we have Cincinnati at the New York Jets. Now, the Jets, I thought were going to just be the absolute doormat of the NFL. I don't have them winning this game, but don't count them out. Cincinnati needs to pick it up. If they lose to the Jets, they'll be 0-3, and then they're just going to be scrambling for the rest of the year just to try and hopefully get a playoff spot. They don't want to go 0-3, but they're in enemy territory, and who knows? The Jets are pumped up, and if Cincinnati isn't quite ready, they're going to be 0-3. But I have them winning. It's going to be an interesting game. I think it's going to be close, probably a 3-point game. Originally, I thought they would be blowing them out, but it doesn't look that way. We've got Houston at Chicago, and Houston is not a very good team. They're in Chicago, and I think Chicago is just going to come out on all cylinders, and I don't even think this game's going to be close. I think Chicago's going to have their way with Houston, and it's going to be kind of an ugly. Just kind of not only that, Houston is not really a good outside team anyway, and they're playing outside in Chicago. There's it won't be close. Bears will win by at least 10 points on that one. Then we've got Kansas City at Indianapolis, and Indianapolis they're looking more like the Jets. I thought Indianapolis was going to be better, but it's at Indy, but there's no way they won't beat Kansas City. Kansas City is going to be. This is going to be another one of these stinker games. Kansas City's Mahomes is going to probably have a career day. Indy just does not have it. So that's just the way that goes. Jacksonville and the Los Angeles Chargers. Now I have Jacksonville with the upset on this. I'm not sure if it's even an upset. The Chargers' defense could play a serious role in this, but I have Jacksonville winning. This is one of my predictions that could probably blow up in my face. They're at in LA, and I think Jacksonville's playing over their heads, and I have Jacksonville winning, but honestly, I think the Chargers are going to. I picked Jacksonville to win, but the Chargers more than likely will put Jacksonville back to earth. But I'm still going with my pick. I picked Jacksonville. Then we have the Las Vegas Raiders at Tennessee. This is going to be a bounce back game for Tennessee. I see that they're at home. They're going to have the crowd and everything. I don't think there was a lot of hype over the Raiders, and I don't think the Raiders are really as good as what they said. So I think Tennessee will come out and they'll get a win. It's not going to be a very pretty game. It'll be close. Not real high scoring, but in any event, by 3 or 7 points, the Tennessee will win. Then we have San Francisco at Denver. I just don't see Denver winning at home here. Garoppolo has he's got a lot to prove. I mean, he lost the starting position to the other quarterback that got injured. Now he's a man on a mission, and I think everyone in that division needs to look out for the 49ers because they have a quarterback who's he wants to reprove himself again. This will be close because it's in Denver. I expect it to be close, but the 49ers are going to somehow pull it out. And then the next game I have Dallas at the New York Giants. Now, I wasn't expecting the Giants to be as good as they are. They're doing better than I thought. And I do like the Giants, and I'm kind of hoping that they do well, but I did pick them to win since it's there. Dallas has got issues, and Giants are, they're playing over their heads. Dallas could come in and put the Giants back to earth, down to earth. That could happen, but I'm seeing a Giants victory there. Then we got the Philadelphia, the Eagles at the Washington Commanders. Well, the Philadelphia is going to. I have Philadelphia winning, and they're going to put the Commanders in their place. Philadelphia is going to show the world just that, really, that the Washington Commanders are not that good of a team, and the score is going to reflect that. So, and then Detroit at Minnesota. This is a huge game for both teams. They're both 1-1. They don't. They do not. Neither team wants to drop a game to a division rival, but Detroit has a lot more incentive, a lot more motivation, a lot more reasons to steal this win at Minnesota. I have Minnesota winning, but it's going to be. It's not. I don't think it's going to be a shootout. I think this will be one game that this will probably snap the Lions 30 plus. If the Lions get 30 points or more, they're going to win the game. Period. And actually, in the Lions defense, is key on this. If they keep, first of all, Delvin Cook. I see them containing Delvin Cook. They have to. They contain Cook, Delvin Cook, and then and they force Kirk Cousins to throw, and they get him all riled up and upset. Yeah, he's going to make his mistakes, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Lions line gets Kirk Cousins rattled enough to throw a pick six. Maybe fumble a couple of times. It could be ugly, but I see a medium scoring game in the 20s, like maybe 27-24. It's going to be a close game, but I see Minnesota squeaking it out. But honestly, personally, even though I'm no longer a Lions fan, I want to see them get 30 points or more again. They do that, they win the game. And it's important. They need to go into enemy territory. They need to especially a division rival, they need to go into the rival's house and say, hey, we're not just a doormat. You got to understand that we're here. Not only are we here to play to win, to play good, or to play competitive, we're here to win the game, and we're here to come and take the game in your house. They do that. They get in their face. They come away with a win. The Lions are going to be riding high, but they can't keep too high. They, enjoy the win if they get it, and then just prepare for the next game. But I do see Minnesota squeaking out a win. The only way it's not. If the Lions score 30 points or more, that's a win for them. Next one, Green Bay at Tampa Bay. Last I heard, Brady was on the injured list. I'm not sure if he's going to play, what the thing is. But regardless, Green Bay, I think Green Bay's finding their groove. Even if Brady comes in for Tampa Bay, and it's in Tampa Bay, I see Green Bay going on the road and beating Tampa Bay. It's gonna be a slugfest. Could be a high scoring game. It could be it could be like 38-35 or something like that. But it's gonna be back and forth. There's going to be points scored in this one, but I see Green Bay having the ball last and pulling out the win at the end of the game. And Atlanta at Seattle. Seattle's not a very good team, but Atlanta's worse. This is in Seattle. It's going to be one of those stinker games, but I see Seattle pulling it out. It's probably going to be a close game, but they'll pull it out against the Falcons, unless they somehow figure out a way to screw it up. But I don't see that happening. Not in Seattle. If it was in Atlanta, I would probably have the picks. I probably would have had the picks reversed. Next one, another stinker. New Orleans at Carolina. I've picked Carolina on this one only because it's in Carolina. Neither team is real good, but I wouldn't be surprised if New Orleans comes out with a steal to take that away from the Carolina in their own home. But I'm going with Carolina. I'm going with my initial pick. And finally, Arizona Cardinals at the Los Angeles Rams. I have the Rams winning, but I don't know. Stafford's starting to look like, I'm going to start calling him the Los Angeles Lions. Stafford is he's a good quarterback, but the Rams have issues. They don't protect him well. I see a situation with the Rams where he's not getting the protection and he's doing crazy stuff with the ball and make mistakes, just not looking very good at all. And they do that against the Arizona defense, and Arizona will steal the game, and it could get ugly if so. Matthew Stafford needs to be honest. The offensive line really needs to get it together on the Rams, and I think defensively for both teams, I think this is going to be a low-scoring affair, something like 20-17, something like that. It's going to be a squeaker. It's going to be close no matter what happens. I do have the Rams winning, but I have the Rams winning ugly. Rams are not looking as good as I had predicted. I thought they were going to be doing much better, but I guess the Super Bowl hangover is still there, and they gotta turn things around and start picking it up. Anyway, well, that's about it. Anyway, well, we will see what happens tomorrow. Anyway, enjoy the games, and we will talk to you next week.